that they are changing my voice. First of all, I'd like to remind everybody that even if you're working for the state, who are you to try to tell me what to do? Who do you think that you are? Think about your ancestors in the spiritual realm. Think about God watching. Who exactly do you think that you are? And that's what I thought. Hebrews 12. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles. And let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. So it's a great cloud of witnesses, right? A collection of righteousness, righteous souls, the spirit of righteousness, witnesses. Fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith, for the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinners, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart. Next section is called God Disciplines His Children. In your struggle against sin, you have not yet resisted to the point of shedding your blood. Okay, I quoted this many times, right? Hebrews 12, verse 4. In your struggle against sin, right? You're supposed to resist sin. You have not yet resisted to the point of shedding your blood. You're supposed to be eager to die resisting sin, not finding your lives and investing in your careers and only caring about money. And have you completely forgotten this word of encouragement that addresses you as a father addresses his son? It says, my son, do not make light of the Lord's discipline and do not lose heart when he rebukes you. Right? Don't lose heart when he rebukes you. Rally and obey God through me. Because the Lord disciplines the one he loves, and he chastens everyone he accepts as his son. Endure hardship as discipline. God is treating you as his children. For what children are not disciplined by their father? If you are not disciplined, and everyone undergoes discipline, then you are not legitimate, not true sons and daughters at all. So if you don't accept my top martial arts discipline and correction, then you're not true sons of God. There's a reason why they have me stumbling on this part, because they know for sure that I'm right. And they know it's not respectable at all to pretend that I'm wrong. So again, if you are not disciplined and everyone undergoes discipline, then you are not legitimate, not true sons and daughters at all. Moreover, we have all had human fathers who disciplined us, and we respected them for it. How much more should we submit to the Father of spirits and live? They discipline us for a little while as they thought best, but God disciplines us for our good in order that we may share in his holiness through me, the top martial arts ever possible. Who are you to say otherwise? No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. Key word, trained. A harvest of what? Righteousness. Who've been what? Trained by discipline. And discipline is a martial arts principle. We've been disciplined by a pedophile priest in church, or the other priest who you can't tell the difference between the two of them, right? Because they're in the same spirit of Lucifer. Okay, you're supposed to be disciplined by me, not the police, not the military, not the president, not the churches, not the Freemasons, not the social clubs, not your parents, not your kids, not your family members, me. Okay. Therefore, strengthen your feeble arms and weak knees. So after it's talking about discipline and being trained by it and harvest of righteousness, it says strengthen your feeble arms and weak knees, right? They're alluding to martial arts for a reason, monotheistic martial arts. Make level paths for your feet so that the lame may not be disabled, but rather healed. Warning and encouragement. Make every effort to live in peace with everyone and to be holy. Without holiness, no one will see the Lord. Without holiness, no one will see the Lord. The essential alpha essence to sense the presence of God. I see the Lord better than everyone else, even if you obey God through me. But without holiness, without obeying God through me, you don't see the Lord. You're blind and lame, as they say, and you will not inherit the kingdom. See to it that no one falls short of the grace of God, and that no bitter root grows up to cause trouble and defile many. See that no one is sexually immoral, is godless like Esau, who for a single meal sold his inheritance, writes as his oldest son, right? Sold out for sex. Meal is a play on words for melee. There's applications there. It's a long story. My phone's about to die. I want to finish this. Afterward, as soon as you know, when he wanted to inherit this blessing, he was rejected. Even though he sought the blessing with tears, he could not change what he had done. The mountain of fear and the mountain of joy. You have not come into a mountain that can be touched and that is burning with fire, to darkness and gloom and storm, to a trumpet blast, or to such a voice speaking words that those who heard it begged that no further word be spoken to him, because you could not bear what was commanded. If even an animal touches the mountain, it must be stoned to death. The sight was so terrifying that Moses said, I am trembling with fear. But you have come to Mount Zion, to the city of the living God, the heavenly Jerusalem. You have come to thousands upon thousands of angels in joyful assembly, to the church of the firstborn, whose names are written in heaven. You have come to God, the judge of all, to the spirits of the righteous made perfect. Right, Mount Zion in the spiritual realm. to Jesus, the mediator of a new covenant, and to the sprinkled blood that speaks a better word than the blood of Abel, right? I speak a better word than Christ when he was crucified, because I'm Christ returning. See to it that you do not refuse him who speaks. If they did not escape when they refused him who warned them on earth, how much less will we, if we turn away from him who warns us from heaven? At that time his voice shook the earth, but now he was promised once more, I will shake not only the earth but also the heavens. The words once more indicate the removing of what can be shaken, that is, created things, so that what cannot be shaken may remain. Therefore, since we are receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken, let us be thankful, and so worship God with acceptable reverence and awe. Okay, so, they caused me to stumble on a few words, but you should know what I'm saying. For our God is a consuming fire, is the last verse. For our God is a consuming fire. So if any animal or any unclean person was to approach the mountain and touch it, they would be stoned to death. That kind of sacredness is the kind of sacredness that I am. People who have struck me unfairly, technology, or whatever, people who have mocked me, they're headed to extreme punishment. Because I am, besides God, I'm at God's right hand, part of the core of that Mount Zion in the sky. It can't be touched, so it's not here on earth. There's no mountain on earth that is Mount Zion. There is no city on earth that is the true city of Jerusalem. It's not D.C., it's not London, it's not in Israel. It is in heaven, and the words I speak are also sacred. Those who have interfered are scheduled for extreme punishment. And even if you're an atheist, to know that in principle, that if you were to interfere with this, that you deserve to burn in hell forever. You can act like an immature, childish person with a unicorn with rainbow hair on his shirt, right? With a silly face on his shirt. That doesn't change the fact that you refuse to man up, and you've done things that are so disgraceful when we consider the importance of morality. Morality is sacred whether you're religious or not. That you deserve to burn forever. That is universal. It's very sad that you people pretend that that's not the case, and you live like that's not the case when it absolutely is the case. And I, the top martial artist ever possible, regardless of them interfering, say it's the case. 1 + 1 still is 2 in basic arithmetic, and 1 + 1 + 1 still is 3, and 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 still is 4 in basic arithmetic. And so it is. Morality is sacred, whether they're hacking my brain or not, whether they're trying to take credit and snicker with a bunch of rich, greedy people and people in the military and in occult organizations and masonry and so on, or not. The truth is still the truth. And the truth sets you free. The truth gives you a worthwhile life, not mere psychology and playing games like some sick little kid.